Hello guys, today I'm going to show you a very basic SQL injection using a search. Sometimes you might have uh, came across that none of the other things, if you try to find SQL injections in one of the sites, you won't find SQL injections in other areas like this products, Gmail awards, downloads, the other areas, right? So one of the other areas that I want you to look at it is search. Search is we sometimes we ignore it, but I personally feel that this is one of the most important thing to find a SQL injections, because here you can these searches are basically try to find the data from the database, whatever you type into this text box, right? So today I'll try to show you how we can exploit the search. So let's try this. So I've already tried this. Let me do this. Okay, so now as you can see, it gives us a error, right? So we know when there's an error, the site is exploitable, right? So we know that there is error, right? But we didn't have a parameter to exploit the SQL injections. But definitely, if there's an error, then definitely something was going on. If you see, it says 1 equal to 1, right? And percentage, etc., right? And ISACT, right? So it seems like something is getting passed to a SQL, my SQL database. So let's find out what is the parameter, right? I'll be going to use a tool named live HTTP headers, right? Let me do a search once again, right? And now we can see this is the PHP file that was search is getting posed to get the results, and this is the parameter it is passing the values to, whatever we are typing into the search text box. So let's find out how we can exploit it. I'm going to use hackbar. So this is how we can exploit it. So these two parameters are additionals. We not going to use it, but we're going to exploit this one, right? Okay, all right. So let's try this. This is how we can try to find the number of the columns in the current table, right? So okay, let me try this. Okay, now you can see it says unknown column 11 in order course. This is very simple. We all know that this means that the number of the columns in the current table is not 11, it may be less than that, right? It is less than that. So let me try to find the columns. Again error, again it says an unknown column. Let me try with 9. Okay, this time this doesn't give that particular thing where it says unknown column. This says sorry, no record found. That means it has total number of columns is 9. So let's try to exploit it. I want to let you know guys, that this particular video is only dedicated to the starters who wants to learn the SQL injections, and they can just watch this video and learn how we can exploit SQL injection even using a search text box. Let me now do columns. Column count 9, right? I need to do this to find the executable column. We're going to execute our commands. Okay, we find 2. Let's try with 2 and try to find the database. Okay, the database name is dbtoyo, right? Now we can either use dios, that is a new thing that most of the guys are using, or we can use the old ways, right? I can use the old one. Let me try to find all the tables exist in this database. Information schema dot tables where table schema to database. Okay, now what this statement means is we usually see there's a database name information schema used in the MySQL, right? So that database is kind of a master database keeping all the information about all the database exists in the MySQL server. Using this command, in this echo statement, you can find all the tables that exist in the particular database, right? Let's try this. Okay, now we can see that we have all the tables, right? We have around, I think is 10 tables there, and most important table I think it is this one. Oops, I clicked on it. Okay, one sec. Okay, this is the most important table, and these tables are like actually keeping a track of what are the rights this admin users have, but I didn't understand actually why they keeps the two different tables for the same thing. Anyway, let's concentrate what we are doing here. We're going to try to find the column names, right, in the database, sorry, in the table. Let me exit and let me change this, and let me change this. So because we're trying to find the columns from the table, right, we need to change this thing also, and we need to change this thing, like we need to specify the table name from which we are trying to find the columns, right? Let's go ahead with that. Okay, now you can see that we find around again 8 and to 10 columns, and most important ones are admin ID, password, email. That's it. So let's find out what's hidden inside these columns, right? What's the value of this column? Okay, first one. Oops. Let's type admin ID. So this thing is hexadecimal representation of the column, right? So let me type password /email, right? And from where we have to get this? From TBL admin, right? If you forget the name, you can do this. So let's see if it prints out these values. Okay, now you can see the password of the admin and the values of these columns that we're trying to find out. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back with more videos.